What's up, my Fina loves? It's Miss Fina D coming to you all from Fina Entertainment News. So, before I even get into the back and forth between Nicki and Safaree, let me just say this because you have adults who, understand life that support Nicki Minaj, and then you have a lot of kids who are still growing up and developing and all of that support her. When it's okay to agree to disagree, it's okay to have an opinion, it's okay to speak on a topic, it's okay for someone to have a mind of their own and, rock with someone and not rock with someone. Just because someone have an opinion does not make them a hater, especially if their opinion is not harming that person, is not talking down on that person, is not dismissing that person. They're just simply saying, hey, this is how I see this situation, and this is how I see this situation. So, with that being said, just listen to my commentary, leave your comments and all of that. What I have witnessed is anyone who have an opinion about Nicki Minaj, if it's not bow down or hail the queen, I've witnessed those people getting death threats. I've witnessed their addresses being placed all over the internet. I've witnessed them being dragged. I've witnessed a lot of stuff, and it's not cool and it's not fair because people are allowed to have their opinion. So, with that being said, let's get into the video. What's up, my Fina loves? It's Miss Fina D coming to you all from Fina Entertainment News. I know, I am late to the party. I get it. Most of you might be like, Vina, are you crazy? This is the hottest topic of the day, and you have not posted nothing about this. What is wrong with you? To be honest with you, I didn't care for this whole situation that's going on, but you have to give your supporters what they want. And after my DM, on Instagram almost crashed, here I am with the story. It's just there's so much going on, and there's just so many people attached, and I'm like, dang, where do I start? Because it's Nicki Minaj versus her ex Safaree, then Nicki Minaj versus DJ Self, then Nicki Minaj versus all of love and hip hop. So I'm gonna, I guess, go ahead and start with the hottest topic, and it's Nicki Minaj and her ex Safaree. Now, most of you are aware they dated for 12 years, okay? 12 plus years. Before she was Nicki Minaj, making all this money, they were down for each other and all of that, okay? When they first broke up and it was fresh and she was already dealing with Meek Mill, okay? She was on Angie Martinez's show, almost on the verge of crying and just explaining how nice and amazing Safaree is and how she doesn't know how to function without him, because they were just there for each other through everything. Okay, so Nicki have, really had her moments on Twitter before with Safaree. They've had a back and forth. When he went into his interviews, he, said some things about her, but never really disrespected her. They didn't go below the belt either, okay? So I guess things changed when Safaree started to hint as if, he was writing for Nicki. So I understand, if you're in a relationship with someone for that long and you're going to the studio with them, you're their hype man on stage and all of these things going on, there will be moments where it's like, yo, man, let me, tell you what I wrote. And there will be moments where you might be like, you know what? I don't like this line. Use this line instead. And you guys bounce ideas off each other. So as far as him helping, maybe that's where he was going, but Nicki, she's an artist. She's very sensitive about her itch, Erykah Badu, and it's like, you can't be running around here saying you wrote my raps for me. Now people are out here questioning, my pen. So that she took that very personal. So the day while she was doing an interview on Funk Flex, Funk Master Flex, whatever, I'm just going to call him Flex, okay? While she's on the radio with him, when Safaree name came up, she just blacked out. And she talked about how, he stole her credit card and was charging for, go ahead and read it. There's just certain words you can't say on here, but YouTube might still demonetize this video anyways because there's just so much profanity going on. But yeah, so this is what Nicki basically had to say. As everything she said on the radio, she also put it in tweets. So since I don't want to repeat those words, I'm just going to go ahead and put her tweets on the screen so you guys can read her tweets. Then I'm also going to come back and include Safaree response, and then I'm going to give what I feel in the end, and we're going to end it, okay? Oh, wow. It's not funny, but it's like, wow. Okay. What I took from that interview was there was a part in the interview where Nicki admitted to messing with Meek before her situation ended, but Flex didn't go back because the interview was so long. He didn't go back to that. So it's basically that situation is Safaree cheated, Nicki cheated. It's like, it was just a big mess. It got toxic and he left. Now, there's this part right here though. Let me go ahead and put Safaree responses up and I'm going to come back and talk. Let's start with Safaree tweets. Okay, so I'm on his Twitter page. I'm just going to do a screen record because this way is so much easier than trying to, do screenshots and all of that. So Safaree first tweet after Nicki Minaj interview of her huffing and puffing about him. He wrote, "Unless I really cared. Still, I could not let the mention of someone's name get me that riled up. That looks like someone who either still cares or just holding on to a lot of hate towards someone. How many times have I said I never wrote your raps? Nobody even talks about that anymore." So even in all of this, he's still trying to be nice, okay? As Nicki goes like below the belt and he's still trying to be nice, still saying, "I didn't write your raps" and all of that. Then she continues, and so he responded, "You hold on to everything. Your problem with DJ Self is because of me," he meant, "and him are so cool. Because me and him are so cool and nothing else. You have a problem with Mona Scott because she put me on the show. Let all that ish go. And now I stole your card, the one you gave me." He meant the one you gave me the pin for and had me doing ish with. And then Safaree continued, "We know each other inside out. Everything there was for us. I didn't use your card for prostitutes. We both didn't trust each other. You didn't trust each other. You did. I did. You said you were messing with Meek a few years before you got together, and I'm not mad at that." So even in all of this, Safaree can really go there and drop receipts on her. He's still being nice and saying, "You did things, I did things," and not being specific, okay? But Nicki is still pushing it. When you know someone has skeletons to bury you, I'm not saying this girl does not deserve to be out there like that and, talk her piece and express how she feels and all of that. I'm not saying that, but yeah, sometimes you just want to, because this man can really go there. Like, this man can really go low. And I guarantee you right now, there are people in his family, like she brought up his mother and his sister. He could really snap right now and go low. Towards the end, it got toxic and I just packed up and left. I did things for spite and so did you. I don't wish you bad and I don't want us back together, just like I'm sure you don't. I don't need you, you don't need me, but we will always be linked in the public no matter what. Fact, she always speaks bad on you and you never speak bad on her. She's bitter and had 3 bleep after you. Remember the night you cut me and I almost died? The police and ambulance had to take me out the crib on the stretcher, and I had to lie and tell them I was trying to kill myself so they wouldn't take you to jail. When things like that starts happening more than once, it's time to dip. Oh my goodness. Wow. Minaj fans are something else. This man just talked about this woman almost killing him. And look at their response. Just apologize to her, bro. This female is you're doing right now. Give her an apology. You're such a bleeping girl that you can't even see that all she wants is an apology. She deserved to get this ish out. She held on to it for years while you ran your... So, wow. Wow. So he just talked about he almost died. And this is the response. Then you apologize to her. He don't need to kiss her bleep, move on. That's what she needs to do. That gotta be us. Wow. He got stabbed and he's supposed to apologize. Apologize for what? Exactly. This is the world we're living in. Didn't you guys witness females and males, and I understand most of them were young fans, dragging Rihanna and saying she's the reason why Chris Brown's career is ruined, even though she had a busted lip and blacked out and couldn't breathe. But yet it was like it was her fault. She shouldn't have said anything. She should have just taken the punch and the blow because she probably did some things to him too. This is the society we're living in. It's crazy. And you know what? I still don't have no hate for you because I'm happy in my own mind now. Enjoy your album dropping and stop letting these people see you sweat. This ain't you. You're too big to act the way you be acting. No one on your level acts like that, period. So even with all of this, yes, he talked about Nicki stabbing him and all of that. But and he's not saying in nothing we have not heard about, even the DJs have said it. That when the whole Sheeta situation happened, Nicki got mad at Envy and like she's not coming up there anymore because they play Remy music and they playing favoritism. But Remy, this record was good. We're not gonna sit here in front, support Nicki and all of that, but Remy, this record was decent. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you can't do that. Just let people have their opinion and you know what I'm saying? Do your thing. What if DJ Envy and DJ Self support me? They support you too. I've been places and they play your music all the time. Stop letting your hate for me reflect on how you treat others. You hate me, I love you and want you good, but I don't like you looking like you are losing it. Wow. Oh, and look at this. This person right here thing is funny. Look at the gif they have up here. Watch what you say. We'll meet you around and it will not be cool. Like, that's funny. I'll tell you where all this is coming from. How was I begging to go to Europe with you and you were in a full-blown relationship towards the end of ours? I knew it was a wrap. I still have the email when you hit me saying, let's spend Christmas together and work things out. So please stop. Yeah, Safaree people are just saying, show the email, show the receipts, or don't talk about it at all. I want to see the receipts. Exactly. Oh, Rep Whitney Houston. I thought you were gonna zen and cleanse your mind and body. What kind of zen is this? What in the Zen is going on here? Oh my God. He could say more. He could really do damage. Like really start dropping emails and stuff. Like Safaree could really end it. Let me tell you something. Safaree is Safaree, right? He's not on Nicki Minaj level as far as, financially and musically. I'm not saying that he don't rap. I'm saying as far as level of success and stats and things like that. So whatever Nicki released on him, she's just giving him more publicity and all of that. So people might say, okay, what career is she going to end? He does have a career, but it's like he's in a position where he doesn't have anything to lose. He's on reality TV. All of this could be a part of his storyline, right? Nicki have a lot to lose. She have endorsement deals. Nicki Minaj and Safaree are still in love with each other, but don't want to admit it. Only reason they'll still be arguing online after a breakup for... Okay, so my thing is, you talk about his hairline and surgery. He could have ended her, not as in her career, but emotionally right there by coming back with something so nasty. But he didn't. In all of the mess, he still chose to, I'm going to be cool. I'm going to respond and defend myself, because people can't be out here thinking that I steal credit cards and stuff. So he had all right to do. And the part that I don't understand about some of Nicki's supporters, it's like Safaree is a girl for responding and arguing, but it was okay for Nicki to accuse him of fraud, of credit card fraud, and paying for this, that, and the third. But it's not okay for him to clap back and defend himself, because him defending himself makes him the P word. But it's okay for Nicki to, I didn't get that part. And the other part that with the thing is, in all of the mess, Safaree didn't come out as being the messy one. I'm not taking his side. I'm just saying, in all of the mess, majority of the comments are, even in all of the mess, this man is still out here laughing, still out here saying I love you, still out here wishing you well, still out here doing all of that. And people are saying the Meek Mill, doing that interview when Flex said, Nicki kept saying Meek apologized and this person apologized, and when you can apologize and admit to your wrong, then we can move on. But it was almost like nothing was ever her fault. And then when he kept pressing her, then she turned around and said, of course no one is perfect, because he kept saying, you don't think that with all of the relationships ending, there's nothing you did on your end that could have led to that. Nas ended, Safaree ended, Meek ended, and whoever else that we don't know about behind the scene. But he was just saying to her, there's nothing that you think you did. And she was like, no. And then eventually she said, of course, no one is perfect, whatever the case might be. So that's the whole situation between Nicki and Safaree and all of that. Then before all of that happened, you have the situation with DJ Self. And Nicki going to do an interview with DJ Clue. Okay. Allegedly, she ran into Self. Self said hi. She said hi. Kept it moving. And then show. And basically said Cardi B album, Evasion of Privacy, is better than Nicki's album. Okay. That's what he said. And next thing you know, Nicki, he said other things, but for the most part, that's what he said. And basically, Nicki then hopped on Twitter again. And these are her tweets. These are her tweets from that. Okay? These are her tweets. The thing, I understand, and I'm going to put the tweets up while I talk, and also DJ Self responds. But the thing that's messed up is I completely understand, you're a rapper and you're an entertainer and you're just rapping about your life and material things and you're just rapping. Doesn't mean that you don't have a heart, you don't care for people and all of that. But sometimes I think the reason why people, like, for example, Jessica Dime, chiming in and saying, what's wrong with VH1 checks? Because Nicki keeps coming for VH1 checks when Mona Scott Young, who handles the whole Love and Hip Hop franchise, had the whole business situation with Nicki and a little drink that her drink that she have. And Safaree even said that, Nicki got upset with Mona because Mona put Safaree on the show. Safaree is liked. He's liked a lot by people just because of his goofy behavior, don't care attitude, and he's just an all-around nice person. So we're just going to get into what the internet is saying as far as Nicki thinking she's exposing Safaree and his hairline when I'm going to read the comments of what the internet and people are saying so that it doesn't look like it's coming from me, because some of you who support Nicki Minaj might be new to this channel and listening, and I don't want it to be like, oh, you body shaming or whatever. Wrote, Safaree, can I get my check for finding the doctor? Safaree responded, hi, yo, dead, the New York thing to say. You did find a doctor, thanks. And then people are just basically talking about his sense of humor and that he's funny and he's so unbothered by this and whatever the case might be, and so on and so forth. But then let's go and read more of the comments. Her butt, boobs, waistline, hair, face, lashes, and personality are all fake. Why is she coming at him over hair replacement surgery? I'm confused. Nicki, you had surgery now. We all imperfect. Don't come at him. Nicki just mad because he out here giving to everybody in the industry. Look at screenshot of Safaree leak. Okay, we already knew that was coming. I love how Safaree is finding humor in Nicki's messy meltdown. She's so bitter. I know she's mad. She can't use the infamous that's why you're a small line like most girls do when they're mad at dude. That's funny. Nicki is desperate. You will not beat Cardi. Aww. So no one is going to address the fact that Nicki almost killed him. Yep. Double standards. Nicki said it 4 years ago in the song. That's old news. She been said she did that. She even said it in the song on her album before this one, so no need to bring it up. Ain't nobody making me hit Safaree. Exactly. Facts. Right. Leave that man alone. He wasn't even bothering her. That's the thing, though. In all of this, he was supporting her record. People were calling him corny for supporting her and saying that he's looking crazy out here for talking about her songs or making him cry and all of that. Even in all of this, he still supported her, talking about he would never talk bad about her because he loved that girl. Like, he got a hairline. So you have Jessica Dime chiming in about, Jessica Dime from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta chiming in about what is wrong with VH1 checks. She did the same thing with Remy. Sheeta was out. Yeah, it was, whoo, exactly. And Remy has said it over and over again that when she was locked up, her focus was her family. Her focus wasn't let me get home and make a hit record. Her focus was let me get home and just be able to spend, the day with my family, go for a walk, eat food, take a shower, sleep in my own bed. Like she said, even if I don't make another record again, I'm good. So Remy once again was working on her album, but she chose family over all of that because family is important. She put her album on hold, and now she's 5 months pregnant right now. So you have Jessica Dime chiming in. Then you have Mariah Lynn from Love and Hip Hop New York defending self. Okay, and then you have Dream Doll also jumping in and defending DJ Self because he managed, Mariah and Dream Doll, and they're all on his label, basically coming to his, defense. Then you also have DJ Envy, who said on his radio show today, because if you read Nicki tweets, she basically, it came off as a threat. And DJ Envy was like, you can't be threatening the DJs or else we're not going to play a record, and you need the radio, especially in New York radio. So it's nice to see that Envy, is standing behind, because what normally happens is when you have a major artist like Nicki Minaj doing things like this, most people would try to defend and jump on, the wave, which is Nicki Minaj wave, and then turn their back on the other person. But DJ Envy was like, not on my watch. Self have done a lot of things for New York, and I'm not going to sit back and not say anything. So that's that. There's just so much going on that I'm just like.
DJ Self had a show tonight, and he denied everything that Nicki Minaj had to tweet about him. He explained his side of the story. He said he understands that, he didn't say this part, okay? But most people are saying they can understand the frustration of Nicki Minaj album as far as the numbers not really adding up to what she expected, especially after being gone for so long, right? As far as releasing an album, she's been around. She's been on, features and dropping her own stuff. I'm talking about as far as releasing an album. He said exactly what I said previously, that, when he was walking in the hallway to go to a meeting, he ran into her. He said, "What's up, Nick?" She said, "What's up?" He went into his meeting. She went into her interview. He said where they were both located was not even close to each other. It was on the opposite side of the building, so there's no way they could have heard each other. He said during the interview, when it came to an end, DJ Clue then had a list of DJs and asked Nicki if she'll be willing to do a drop. Nicki did a drop for most of the DJs, but not one for DJ Self. A drop is when an artist, be like, "Hey yo, what's up? It's Nicki Minaj, da 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 da." You're now tuning and listening to DJ blah 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 on Power 10. You know what I'm saying? That's a drop. So when it came to his name, she basically refused to do it. She declined. So then DJ Clue went to him and said, "Yo, do you have an issue with Nicki? Because she's declining to do your drop." And that's when he said, "No, I don't have no issue with her. Actually, over a year ago, when she had some projects coming out, she reached out to me and told me to record a video promoting her song, record a video playing her song, and that she was going to repost it. And if you do go to Nicki Minaj page, you will see where a lot of DJs, she's posted them replaying a song, okay, screaming about how hot the song is, and she reposted it. Well, Nicki just said on Funk Flex that, she don't pay people to do stuff. She doesn't reach out to people to do stuff. She wants things to be authentic and natural. If the DJ is going to mess with her song or play with her song, they're going to do it because they want to, not because she's Nicki and because she reached out to them. And the reason why she have forgiven Flex and respect him even more is because when he didn't like her music, he was very honest about it. But when she released something that he liked, he was also very honest about it. And he also said that, he don't pay for play, meaning that some artists would pay DJs to play their records over and over again. And that's not something that he does. Well, I'm not saying that, Nicki is wrong, Self is right, because at this point, unless someone start dropping some receipts, it's just he said, she said. But he did do that video. So that's one receipt that he can show that, look, I did this, right? But he also dropped a bomb in there when he said that Nicki reached out to him and said, "Can you do a video playing my song?" So that means that it wasn't authentic. It's not, he just got up that day and said, "Nicki have a hot joint. Let me go ahead and play it." it was because she reached out. So does that mean every other DJ that's on her page, she reached out to them? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm not saying that's what she did. I'm saying because it's a back and forth of he said, she said, you just have to rock with the person that you agree with. I mean, he sounded very sincere saying what he said. And at this point, it just comes down to who you're rocking with and who you believe and who you feel like sound more genuine. But this guy said he had absolutely no conversation with her. He didn't talk to her at all. And he said there was over 30 people in the room that saw what happened. So then it's really crazy that if this is true, so what he's basically saying is, for album sales and promotion, Nicki just got on Twitter and decided, I'm going to make up this lie and my people are going to rock with me anyways. Like, out of nowhere, he had no conversation with Nicki. And out of nowhere, she just created that whole narrative that he was talking bad about Cardi. Wow. Yes, and because she didn't mention Cardi B name, she was talking about Cardi B. Because Cardi B was on Love and Hip Hop with DJ Self. Cardi B tried to get him to sign her and play her music. And there was at one point where he said to her that she wasn't ready. Her music wasn't like up to par and all of that. And then she went ahead and took off. So all that stuff you saw Nicki writing, it was basically Nicki saying that Cardi B was his meal ticket and he blew it. So now he's mad. But yeah, that's what he had to say tonight on his show. I'm just going to put the tweets up. Now, after explaining what do I feel about all of this, this is my opinion. Okay. Not that it matters, but before Cardi and all of this drama today, Nicki have had her share of this. But I guess her people pulled her to the side and said, listen, man, you're Nicki Minaj, okay? You are Nicki Minaj. You're a big artist. You don't see Beyonce doing this. Just ignore people. Do your thing. That's the reason why Nicki, when she came, tried to clap back at Remy on Instagram, she wrote, "Queens don't respond on peasants' time." Okay, so Remy was a peasant. But the other girls from Love and Hip Hop that she was responding to now, in a way, she contradicted herself. So let me stick to what I think about all of this. And maybe Nicki is not even thinking this way, but I'm just giving my opinion. So don't come for me, Barbs. Okay? Don't come for me. I've heard it all. I've heard it all before. So nothing you say is going to crush this spirit. I've heard it all before. Girl, can you even speak English? Your accent, all of that. I've heard it all before. But I think, you see, Beyonce is very put together, right? I'm not going to put my business on the internet. I'm going to put it in a song. I'm going to make sure if I address anything, I make money and all of that. But then you had a Rihanna, right, that came out. And Rihanna is drinking publicly. She don't do much of that anymore. But Rihanna is drinking publicly. Rihanna is smoking weed. Rihanna is doing all of these things. And she is still a big deal. She's still selling records. Legend Mariah Carey have the most number ones as far as a female goes, but Rihanna is not far away. She have 14 number ones, so she have more number ones than Beyonce. I'm not comparing them. My point, the reason why I'm saying that is to say Rihanna comes out, right? Rihanna is smoking weed publicly. Rihanna is smoking publicly. Rihanna is clapping back on Twitter. She's just being herself, and the public goes crazy. Someone that we can relate to. I'm not saying go and do drugs on camera and none of that to be relatable. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying her supporters okay, we can relate to Rihanna. We get Rihanna. Then they turn around and call Beyonce fake. I don't think Beyonce is fake for choosing to not put certain things on camera. To each his own. So Nicki is sitting back and she's like, wait a minute. This is just my opinion, okay? I'm not saying Nicki did this. And she's like, wait a minute. So you're trying to tell me I need to be put together and I'm too big to act a certain way? I have over 80 something songs that have entered the Billboard Hot 100 and I still don't have a #1 song yet. My album is currently #1 on iTunes in 80 something countries, but then the actual projections or prediction is coming up to 150K or a little bit over that in 1 week. And that could change as well, guys, because it's just been out. She's like, and then you have a chick like Cardi B who's loud, clapping back, dropping her location, about that life, going on interviews with Jimmy Fallon and still being herself, making noises, going on Ellen, making her noises, doing everything, and she has 2 #1s. She have one by herself and one with a feature, and then she have 2 of her songs currently on the Billboard Hot 100. She's doing very well, and people are accepting her and saying that she's relatable. And if Nicki Minaj album, the streams and things don't pick up, then Cardi B will still be the female rapper with the highest debut of 2018, because she sold, I think, 255,000 copies the first week. And Nicki is like, and I'm Queen Nicki on my high horse, and Cardi gonna come slide out here and doing all of this? I don't care anymore. F your crown. I'm going to go out here and be me. I'm going to start smoking the camera. I'm going to start clapping back at every single one of you who come for me. And I can do all that and still be a queen, damn it. You know what I'm saying? I could do all that and still be a queen. So, you know, whatever the case might be, wow. This is what happens when you have other businesses outside of YouTube. I'm not going to stop a business meeting to upload about Twitter fingers beef. I'm not going to a business trip or do important things because of that. So when you have to balance all of these different businesses, this is what happens. You end up making a long video because you're trying to add everything in one video and not try to split it up in like a 2 or 3 part series. So if you really rock with me and took the time to sit through this long video and listen to everything, thank you so much for the love and support. I just wanted to put it all out there in one video since I'm behind and I'm late. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. For those of you who've already subscribed, thank you again for the love and support. And guys, it's all love. I rock with all of them. There's room for everybody. So just keep that positive energy on this channel. I gave my opinion and we're good, but it's all love over here. So once again, thank you all for the love and support. I appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up to earn notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. And remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.